Okay.
We're live.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? It's me, Lane, Casey, whatever you want to call me. It was my man, P Dubs, P Woogie.
Yeah, P Dizzle.
Introduce yourself, bro.
Preston Woog. Yeah. I'm just a. It's my first time doing this, so it's kind of weird, but we'll figure it out, get it right.
I noticed that with podcasts, at least for me, my first time, it took me about 15 to 20 minutes to get in the flow of everything. And even now that I look at it, I still don't even know if I'm in the flow of everything. I'm just trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
It's going to be weird for maybe 10 minutes, but I think the more you think of this as a conversation and less of I'm talking to people that I don't know, the easier it'll be to just talk about whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just getting past the computer screen, the microphones, all that, and just, really just basing it down to the fact that, like you said, it's just a regular conversation.
It takes some time. It is a learning process. It's getting used to it and everything. But we talked about this yesterday. Fuck, marry, kill. I'm trying to think of 3 people to give you fuck, marry, kill. Oprah, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and let's go. John Cena.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm definitely marrying Oprah because she's got bank. So
Okay. Reasonable. I like that.
I've got to say fuck John Cena just because
You can't see him.
Yeah, I can't see him, so you got a good point right there. And then Bill Nye the Science Guy, I'm sorry, I love you, but killing you.
Damn, you're killing Bill Nye.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day it was different, but nowadays Bill Nye, he's just
Bill Nye's a bitch.
yeah, low key.
No, I still like Bill Nye. I feel like I don't know.
There's been a lot of turmoil around him, sort of, just a lot of if you look at him now versus how he used to be, he's like a completely different person almost.
I also don't think he gives a fuck though.
He really doesn't, and I appreciate that in him, but it's just like it's just different, I guess. It's the nostalgia of Bill Nye versus the Bill Nye now.
You know that when your teacher turned the classroom lights off in 5th grade, and all you heard was that first couple of words, Bill Nye the Science Guy. You knew shit was about to go down.
On that box TV on top of that tall ass stand.
There was always the teacher was always on the computer underneath it for some reason. Never made sense.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so weird how all elementary school kind of seems the same, and then after middle school, it's really like when everything just kind of seems different. But up until that point, all school just kind of feels the same to me.
It really does. I mean, my middle school was different, I guess, because we started middle school in 4th grade.
Yeah, tell me what it was like growing up in Wisconsin.
Oh, it's completely. It's almost not even real to me anymore because it's just like it's so different from how it is here. Like in Wisconsin, you grow up and it's just like, I mean, the elementary school, it's all taught the same and everything, but it's just the vibe is completely different. You got a lot of like country northern people, like the Canadian country people, and it's kind of just weird because I remember I went to this place way up north in Wisconsin. It was just like Canadian people, and you would hear them saying A after every word, and it's just like, oh my god, it's really weird. But I mean, it's a lot of really down to earth people up there.
Is it as big into the Packers as everyone says they are?
Oh yeah. On Sunday, everything is closed just about.
Really?
Yeah.
The cheeseheads come out and they go to
the cheeseheads.
They go to Lambeau.
They're everywhere. My uncle, who lives up there, he's from Chicago, and every Sunday, whenever there would be a Packers and Chicago game, it was just family hatred on him.
Dude, you ever hear that to get season tickets for the Packers, they put you on a waiting list?
Yeah.
And a lot of times people get put on the waiting list as soon as they're born. Like they're born and then they're put on the waiting list. So by the time they're 18, actually, they can get their season tickets. Or not 13, 18 or something. Because the people, like the city owns the Green Bay Packers. It's not owned by a person. It's ran by like the city. It's weird. No other organization in professional sports is ran like the Packers, but Yeah, I think it's kind of funny how people will put their children on, like their newborns, on a waiting list for season tickets because they're that die hard for that.
Yeah, people up there are very passionate about the Packers. Every other, like you got the Brewers, you got the Bucks. I mean, the Bucks are doing pretty good this year.
Yeah, the Bucks are actually they have a really good chance of winning it all this year.
Yeah, I mean Giannis, but the Packers, it's a completely different vibe. Every Sunday, it's just hectic everywhere. The only places that are open are the liquor stores.
Oh my. So, kind of explain the transition going cross country. Well, it's kind of cross country.
Yeah, it's really, a lot of it is the same. It's just moving in general is kind of difficult if you've never done it before, because at first I was supposed to move to Atlanta. I was supposed to move 7th grade, and I was fine with that because if I moved during middle school, I had an easier chance getting to meet people, because when you go to high school, you've got multiple schools coming in together, and most people just see it as, okay, this person's just from a different high school. But for me, it was like I didn't know anybody, and it was kind of harder to get to know people freshman year when you're just surrounded by like almost 1,000 people that you don't know.
It's almost overwhelming.
Yeah, it is very overwhelming. But freshman year was difficult, but then I'm really grateful for it. I'm very grateful for it because I met you, I met everybody.
Oh yeah.
And it was a process getting to meet everyone, but you got to be grateful for it. Moving it's difficult, but it's a good learning process.
This is gonna be fucked up to people who don't really understand our humor. But the way me and Preston really became friends was on Xbox Live. We were playing GTA 5. I met him through my friend Nathan. Nathan, you know who you are. We went to middle school together. He's my fucking dog. I met Preston through Nathan, and one time we were just playing Xbox, and I had a red Porsche on GTA 5, and I just kept driving into trees, screaming Paul Walker. And
it was like a week after.
Yeah, it was not long after. I feel kind of bad about it, talking about it now. I think we talked about this a month or two ago. Yeah. I was like, I still kind of feel bad about talking shit. But we kept doing that, and we kept having a guy like chase us around the map, and we just kept murking that fool.
Mobius, if you're listening to this, fuck you.
Yeah, Mobius.
You're a pussy.
Gamertag Mobius, you're a bitch ass. You're sending all that Merryweather to me. Get fucking lasered.
Hey, that's why all your Merryweather got fucked up. We did not die at all.
Yeah, you got smoked. See, we still hate that bitch. But yeah, that's how me and Preston met. I was friends with Preston for maybe 6 months before I ever even really met him.
Probably like a year.
Was it really that long?
Yeah, I mean, all sophomore year, neither one of us had a car.
I feel.
And, well, no,
I think
we had to have met
no, because I remember I came over before sophomore year. I had to. It was that time. It was the time me, you, Braden, and Nathan all came over.
Yeah, I met Braden before I met you.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I met him my birthday. We went to Sky High.
Oh shit. Dude, but I remember the first time meeting Preston. It's funny because I was like, well, I could kind of see him looking like that. I didn't even really think nothing of it. I was like, gang. It's funny because when my mom dropped me off at his house, I don't think she knew that was the first time I'd ever met Preston, like, in person. But all I know is that night, his mom made the best burgers, and we got Braden to eat a spider web.
Yeah, don't do Xanax.
Yeah, don't do Xans. He doesn't do it no more, but we convinced that man to eat a fucking spider web.
And we still owe him $10 for it.
He'll never
like
get those
5
$10.
years later.
He'll never get those $10.
Never.
Fuck you, Braden.
It's kind of funny how you can meet people on Xbox and get like so close. Like even people I've still never met in person.
Oh yeah.
But it's really a place that, like, you can bring so many people together and build relationships. You can hate people on Xbox.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Like, it's
the thing I like about Xbox, we sound like nerds right now, but
yeah, I mean,
to the women that don't understand, it's like a thing where every dude in like the world basically can just get on, play Xbox, and just talk shit to each other. And then sometimes in the middle of talking shit, you're like, you know what, bro? You're not a piece of shit. I fuck with you. And
that's
then
exactly how it
and
is.
then you just become gang, and that's it. You just play that game with each other for like the next 6 months, and then y'all never really talk again. It's funny because on Xbox you really have friends seasonally. That's the most real thing I've ever heard. Friends are like seasons.
Yeah.
That's the realest thing on Xbox.
Friends
are
it's
like
until you get bored of the game you play with them.
Dude, was it you or was it Nathan that we played? It was Nathan. We played Borderlands 2 with this one guy, and he kept sending us invites every single day, like, "Yo, let's play Borderlands 2." It was a grown-ass man. And we were playing. He's like, "Yo, let's play Borderlands 2. Let's play Borderlands 2. Let's play Borderlands 2." And after like a week and a half of that, I was like, "Dude, I can't play Borderlands anymore. I fucking don't want to play it."
Yeah.
And me and Nathan were like, "Nah, we're gonna play Call of Duty." He's like, "Man, fuck y'all. Y'all are fucking gay. I don't even want to fucking play with y'all anyways." And we're like, "Dude, get a fucking life, you grown ass man." And that's Xbox in general. You can be great friends with someone, and then one time you're like, "All right, fuck you," and then you never talk to him again.
The only person I wish I could talk to again is Shane.
Shane. Oh fuck. Shane 2011 more.
I can't believe that you remember that name because
That's his gamer. I just deleted like 80 people off my gamer tag my gamer tag, my Xbox Live.
Yeah, your friends list.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that is funny how many people I've been friends with on Xbox Live, and like I've talked to them for years and years and years, and I've never met them in person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because like I was playing Call of Duty one time and I needed a team, and this dude on the other team was going positive, so I was like, "Hey, you trying to party up?" Sure. Now I'm best friends with him. We fucking play Call of Duty every day.
I mean, that's really Xbox, any game system.
Yeah, it's not just Xbox.
Yeah. It gets so much hate too. Like if you play video games, you're
a fucking nerd.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just there's so much more positive that you can get out of it. Although there's a lot of negative too. You can get a lot of hate on Xbox. You can get banned for that hate.
It's just like social media. But I think that's kind of why if you play Xbox now, you want to know what I love? I love how I texted this man to not knock on the door, to just text us. And he still knocks on the motherfucking door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smack his fucking ass when we get inside. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this shit. We'll restart when we get him set up.
Preston, you sound so old.
Alright, man, we got it. We're back now. Everyone say hello to the man, Jeremy Spermy.
Yo, what up, what up?
Oh my bad, I probably need to turn it down just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. I saw them sound waves jumping over there.
You got the bass bumping.
Booming.
Say what's up, bro.
How y'all doing? About to roll this Bleeze, you feel me? That's all we do, 24/7.
Yeah, that's what we do. Not 24/7, but more like 22/6.
I mean, be high off that fresh air.
Yeah, I'm like a plant. Photosynthesis. I really get turned to that oxygen. But back to social media. One thing that I think about social media a lot is that it takes a long time for me to really I don't know what I'm trying to say. Social media is just kind of a weird conniption fit to me. And can you quit jangling your keys, bro?
My bad.
It's just like a conniption thing to me because in one hand I'm get the best memes ever and I geek like constantly.
Yeah.
I get just the best amount of entertainment. And then at the same time I see just people complaining, making generalizations, just all around hate. Someone will post a picture on Twitter and I guess you could say they look like Lightning McQueen or something. Like, damn, Kurt Chow, nasty ass bitch.
And I hate that I laugh at it because it's just like, stuff like that. It's that when that person sees that tweet directed at them and they see that it got 100,000, 200,000 likes or retweets, it's like, damn. Like that can be a real ego killer right there.
Not even an ego killer. It could just,
it hurts.
Yeah, it could be one of those things that kind of just derails a person on just whatever path they're taking. Cause
Yeah.
I don't know, just seeing a bunch of people that you don't know come at you for no reason, literally no reason,
For
just
looking
because.
like Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, because you look like Lightning McQueen. I would be hot, bro. I would be real pissed if someone like started photoshopping my face onto like Lightning McQueen, bro. I would be hot.
That's hilarious.
I mean, that's social media, right? Even one thing I really don't like I saw a lot of this yesterday, was people who try to make things a social norm just because it gets a lot of retweets or likes. It's like, that's not really a social. Like, I saw something.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, there was one thing yesterday, which, you know, obviously, I'm not going to say that there aren't bad police officers out there. There are bad police officers. But I saw something where there was, you know, this dude got shot and killed by a police officer who told him to put his gun down, and he reached for his gun to put it down, and he got shot when he reached for his gun. And people were saying it sucks that this is a social norm. And to me, it's like, there are bad police officers, but that is like 1% of the 99% chance. Like, you know, 99% of
Like traffic
police,
stops.
yeah, traffic
don't
stops.
end.
Yeah, they go right.
Yeah.
They go right.
And the thing about that is we have social media
Yeah,
and everything now. So
that one thing that happens, it gets like, you know, like that had like 100,000 likes.
And
That's gonna get a lot of attention, and you know, people just think of that as a norm.
I saw that video and it's fucked up. I saw that video. And it was one of the first things I saw this morning, and it kind of just set me off on the wrong foot. I was like,
Yeah.
well, fuck.
Yeah.
But it makes me sad because there are people out there that have to fear for their life when they
Shouldn't have to.
when they shouldn't have to
Yeah.
at a traffic stop. But I feel like some people are not aggressive, but there are ways to approach a police officer. There's been times, there was remember when you and Caleb got pulled over for speeding?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We
Who
had
was driving? Is the
Preston
question.
did.
Yeah, me.
Preston, yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
I mean, it was 45 on a 30, but
we
it
weren't
was
going
like,
too fast.
it
We
was
had
a road that was reasonably.
It was a little bullshit stop.
We
Yeah.
had stuff on us. We were scared. Like
Yeah.
you could see the fear in all of our eyes. Especially me. I had the fucking bong on me. Had the bazooka with me. But the cop came up to us. We talked to him. We gave him our ID. We said yes or no, sir. And he just came back. He's like, all right, I'm just gonna let you off with a warning with the speeding, but the tags I can't let you off with a warning with because you need to replace your fucking tags, G.
Yeah, I mean that I would much rather get
Mhm.
ticketed for tags than I would for speeding. So but
When- and
it
I-
really is the respect that you show them.
I think that's the thing. I do agree that there are some police officers that come to you and they're an asshole for no reason, and they're rude. They're someone that you don't want to talk to,
Yeah.
and they're obviously in one of those moods that whatever you say, no matter what, they're going to be a dick. You know,
and that
and
can
I-
make a person act,
Mhm.
you know, unreasonably.
but I feel like if you just fight that with being polite, it's like, sir, I'm sorry. Here's my ID. Here's my license. Here's everything you need. Registration, insurance card. And if he comes back and he's still an asshole, then fuck that guy. But just, especially with people who do fear their life, it's just, I feel like, I don't know, it's such a tough subject to talk about, you know, because I feel like I don't really have to worry that much.
Yeah. And there's no telling, like, in that video, like, what was going on in that police officer's mind and what was going on in the other dude's mind.
And
Like,
see-
you don't know.
The thing, I do feel for police officers sometimes because not in the videos where we see something that's blatant and we're like, that's fucked up, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But sometimes these people might really be fearing for their lives, you know? And how would you react in a situation where you thought it was life or death
Yeah.
in that moment? And the thing with police officers is that they need to take certain precautions before it comes to the pistol and everything, you know? There's two sides to it.
Like, you have a taser gun on you.
Mhm,
Like,
you have a taser, you have you have
A
pepper
baton,
spray, you have
pepper- yeah, pepper
baton,
spray.
you got it all.
Yeah.
And especially if you're rolling up with 3 people, if it's one guy that's unarmed, you know, y'all should be able to de-escalate the situation and take them down. You know.
Yeah, easily.
But there's plenty of bad cops. Well, I'm not gonna say there's plenty of bad cops because I feel like it's really a small percentage of the police population. It's just like any other population in the world, you know.
It probably also depends heavily on where you are. It probably also really depends on where you are, you know.
Yeah, it's one of those things where
Yeah, if you're a police officer in Chicago, I could understand being a little, you know, obviously not everyone in Chicago is a, you know,
violent
or
yeah.
anything like that, but you know that stuff happens, so I could understand being a little more fearful, but that doesn't mean take that extra step. That means calm yourself down and be smart about it.
Mm-hmm. And I feel that when people are put in split-second decision like situations, it's not always the best decision is made, and it's sad because the people who are shot are normal people. They have families just like anyone else.
Yeah.
But, and I'm not saying but there's one of these things that, not one of these things, but Jesus, I'm saying but like a shit ton right now. It's like when I'm in a car accident and when I rolled, in that moment I thought it was over. And you know, I didn't try to turn out of it or anything. I just grabbed on and I held for my life because there's nothing else I could do. I couldn't imagine a situation where I had to worry about my life and my partner's life and a person that is coming at me or not coming at me. Just a situation where there's 4 or 5 lives at stake and not just my own. Because that's something that they have to deal with a lot. They wake up in the morning and they have to look at their wives and family sometimes and be like, I might not come home today. It's just one of those things.
Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen throughout the day.
And it's a really touchy subject in the country right now, is police brutality and police in general. I think that we need police, but there needs to be a better screening or something. There needs to be a better process, a better way to get into their psyche to really figure out what they want and where they're coming from with the whole situation and everything.
If you're going to be a police officer, I think you need to understand your risks fully and understand that anything can happen, but also understand that that doesn't give you the right, because you are in a position that puts you where you are in, like, all the lives around you are in your hands, just about. So, like, if there is a situation where, like in that case, when that person had the gun, you don't know what they're going to do with that. And with that cop, I have to say it was more messed up because he told him to put it down, and when he reached for it, he shot. Like, you know, he told him to reach for it. But there are situations that aren't like that, and that you have to, you know, it's just be smart. Don't be anxious. Don't be an anxious police officer.
And if you're getting stopped by the police, don't be anxious neither. Don't make any quick sudden movements.
Yeah.
Just sit still. I've had police point guns at me before because my dad was speeding, and I just put my hands up and I just looked at him, and I just did everything he told me. He told my dad to get out of the car. I was 13 years old. Had the gun pointed at me. I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Terrified.
I had my little brother in the back seat. The police officer, it was funny. He took my dad's, because my dad had a gun, concealed carry, and the police officer came up to the car with the gun pointed at us, and my dad immediately goes, "Officer, I have a concealed carry permit. The gun is in the floorboard. Do it, like, just do whatever you want." He just made it clear that he had a concealed carry, like, permit. And I don't know the situation, but if they were in a car, I feel like the smartest situation would be take the gun out and just put it on the floor and just announce that you have a gun. But if they were coming out of the store, because I didn't know, like, because by the video it doesn't. There's really no.
Yeah, there's no it just shows.
There's
like,
no context.
The first 5 seconds, the dude gets shot.
And if he has the gun on him and they tell him to take it out and he touches it to take it out and they shoot him, I feel like those officers should get tried, Like that's wrong. If he, I could see. I remember watching the video. You could see it in his eyes. Like he didn't want to touch his gun. He did not want to put his hand on his gun. I could see it. And he just the way the cop just like basically lit him up. It's just one of those things where it's sad to see, and it's one of those things that needs to stop.
Yeah, because that's a life. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, a police officer is in control of all of the lives around them, and you need to, even the lives that you are, even the people who might be imposing threat on the other lives, that is still a life, and they still have families, and they still have people that are waiting for them to come home, and you need to understand that.
Yeah.
In that position.
And when people talk about, this would be like my last thing for police. People talk about how, not all people, but people say the police are bad people and everything. And one thing I think we need to look at is that there's bad people in any population of anything, you know? There's bad people, there's good and bad people that are white. There's good and bad people that are black. There's good and bad people that are Asian, Mexican.
Yeah.
Like, all of it.
We're all human.
Yeah. We all make mistakes and everything. And some of us just have the wrong drive and everything. And I think that goes for police too. There are people in there that they grew up in a rough neighborhood and they want to bring change to the neighborhood, and they feel like that's the way to do it is to become an officer. And I think we need more of that.
Yeah, people who understand the
Mhm.
bad.
And on the same coin, you flip it over and there's someone there who might become a police officer because he has a power complex. You know, he wants to show people who he is and everything, show he's the boss. And I feel like there needs to be a better psychological testing to really get down to the nitty-gritty of what someone believes, and they really need to take it seriously.
Yeah. Same with just having that should go for not even just being a police officer, but even for owning a gun, for owning any type of weapon. There should be psychological testing, because
I've said that for a while.
Yeah.
I believe in the right to own weapons. I feel like
it's too easy.
yeah, I think the assault rifle age should be bumped up to 21.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
I don't think an 18-year-old. I don't think me as a senior in high school should be able to go into a gun store and buy a gun if I really wanted to. And I think guns are not necessarily a bad thing, because there's never been a gun that just sat there with no one around it and it killed someone. It's always the person with the gun. And that's what people need to separate when it comes to the Second Amendment and everything. They want to ban guns. They want to ban this. They want to ban that. Really, we just need people who aren't prone to wanting to cause harm to people having these guns. The way I think about it is you can ban assault rifles every single day. But if someone who is driven to get an AR-15 wants an AR-15, they will get a motherfucking AR-15.
Yeah, I mean, you can get anything.
I could get a fucking F-2000 from Modern Warfare 2 if I wanted to,
Yeah,
bro.
did y'all see that thing where they raided that house and got over like 1,000 different weapons?
I mean, even today or yesterday or whenever, like, Kodak Black just got indicted on getting illegal guns.
Yeah.
Getting guns illegally. See, if you have the money and you have the drive to get a gun, you will get a gun. No amount of banning it will happen. They ban guns in Sweden and everything. You telling me that they don't have guns in Sweden right now?
No.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know if the guns are banned. I know there's...
They are. They're not like strictly prohibited, but you can't. There's no such thing as a concealed carry. You're only allowed to take it to firing ranges.
Mm.
And if you are gonna own one, you have to have a registered safe, and the government has to know about it.
Shit.
Yeah, it's pretty in-depth, and the process of even getting one is a lot worse too. So
That's one thing. We need to have registered safes in America. I don't know if that is a thing, but that should be like required to get a gun, because there's also those cases where like adults will own a gun and their kids get a hand on it.
I doubt it's even like required to get that shit registered, honestly, because I mean you could go to a Bass Pro Shop and get one for like a couple $100. So
Yeah, like I could go to, like you said, Bass Pro and get a gun right now if I wanted to.
yeah, like
And
a
it
little,
would be
like a
not
little
difficult.
22, a little rifle, whatever.
Yeah.
So
You wouldn't be able to get a handgun, I don't think.
No, 21. You gotta be 21, which doesn't make sense. I mean, I get it because it's
It
concealed.
does, because
It's easier to hide.
it's easier to hide. That's why, like, if you own a shotgun and you turn it into like a sawed-off, or
yeah, that's
you,
illegal.
you shorten the barrel of a shotgun, it's illegal because you
Yeah.
can conceal it.
Yeah, and that's like a
That's major.
Yeah, it's way more dangerous than a pistol. I mean, not at range, but it's way more dangerous than a pistol.
I think,
A lot more
like,
damage.
I think the thing. I agree that some guns not need to be touched or banned, but the attachments, like bump stocks,
Yeah, I was just about to bring that
If
up.
they banned those not
they
that
did.
long ago.
they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
It's one of those things that if you have a semi-automatic rifle and you put a bump stock on it, you need to watch this video. It's a video on YouTube. Just look up bump stocks on YouTube.
oh, I've seen it. I've
Mhm.
seen it.
I think I
but
sent it to
it's-
you.
It's crazy because it turns it into a fully
Mhm.
automatic gun, like
And
it immediately.
This guy was like a fully trained military guy, shooting the gun as fast as he could. And as soon as he put the bump stock on and started messing with it, you could see the difference. The way a bump stock works is that you put a stock on the gun, and that goes at the back for people that don't know. And there's like a little slide that goes over the trigger on the other side of where like you would shoot it, and you put your finger on that, and instead of holding the gun in place, what you do is you pull it forward with your non-shooting hand. And what that does is when you shoot the gun, it uses the stock to bump it back and forth on the trigger. It's harder to explain without you like seeing me.
It's basically
explaining
like a stock with springs, so it just bounces it back and forth, and then
And-
it's that repeated
And there's a
quake.
thing on the other side of like where you pull the trigger that you put your finger on, and the recoil of the gun bouncing back and forth bumps the trigger into your
Yeah.
finger. So really you don't move your finger to pull the trigger. The trigger goes to your finger. That's why it's crazy. And you could just buy those online for like $45. I'm okay with those being banned, you know,
Yeah,
because
that should be banned.
that shit's ridiculous. Yeah. But to say that we need to ban all weapons is ridiculous. I think what we need is more guns. Cause think about this. Bear with me here. Think about if everyone that was an adult had a concealed carry permit. You know how like much crime would drop? I can't. There's a country. I'm so bad with this. I just remember hearing things and like reading things and not remembering where it's from.
Yeah.
But I think it was everyone who was 18 and older or 21 and older had to have a concealed carry permit, and they had one of the lowest crime rates in the world. And
I mean, because you wouldn't want to mess with anyone.
exactly, the thing is, gosh, excuse me. Guns are dangerous, yes, and if people who are dangerous have a gun, that's just not a good combination. But if you have someone who can respect a gun, who knows how to teach someone how dangerous a gun is, and knows how dangerous basically a firearm is, it's going to be safer than just banning weapons all outright. If you have a bunch of people who know how to use weapons, the crime rate will go down. I think it's Korea. It's one of the Koreas that all adults have to serve in the military. Either that or adult males.
That's most of Europe.
Yeah, that is a lot of your.
You have to do
I'm
that
trying
in
to
my
remember.
country.
I know for a fact it's in Korea because there was a soccer player who, in the last World Cup, they were talking about how he had to do like his 2 years of military time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
In most countries in Europe, you have to serve for 2 years military time as soon as you turn 18.
Although when you're out there, you don't have to worry. I mean, especially right now.
It's a different
I
type of
don't-
military standard.
Yeah. America's really where the
I think that's one
military
thing we need to
people are-
cut back on is military funding. We're the biggest military in the world, and it's not even close.
I mean, I want to say yes, but at the same time, I don't know enough about military in other countries.
I just know that we have enough shit. We have enough.
Yeah.
We don't need any more. We have enough.
Yeah, we got nukes. It's really like...
We got nukes out the ass.
Which is bad.
That's probably what most of the funding goes into, you know?
I think the
Probably
next...
something worse.
Shit, I don't trust the government.
Y'all ever think about
don't.
that kind of stuff? Like what the government isn't or is telling us?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest reason why they allow people to even have guns in the first place is because there's some sort of corruption going on in the government.
I don't know about that.
I
But
would
I
say
do
so, 'cause-
I do know that the government is corrupt. I don't know if that's the reason why we're getting guns is what I'm getting at.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't put two and two together like that,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it could be a reason because it was put in place in the first place because
Yeah, you're right.
of
You
the
are right.
government.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, my biggest fear, like, what I think the next war could be is another civil war. Because there's so much
It's just-
hate right now between...
yeah, so much
like,
divide.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough divide. I have faith that the American people aren't really that enraged to a point where they will split up the United States and fight over things.
But that's the thing. I can
just-
never tell if it's just social media that makes people feel so ballsy.
Think about
Or
it.
if it would actually
It
happen,
probably is
because-
just social media because social media is just
You can say whatever you want on
Yeah, and
social
it's
media
just-
and get away
yeah.
with it, honestly.
And
But
it's
if,
just a
if you see
portion.
that person in person, like face
They're
to face,
not really gonna do
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
and that's one thing that to bring it back to social media. That's one thing I don't like is that people will say things on there that they would have never said to your face
Yeah.
ever. And it's
Yeah.
just because they know that you're never going to meet.
It's because they want retweets.
Mm-hmm.
They want that. They want those, like, that one day of fame.
But like you were saying, you don't know if it's social media or not. Whenever you see those like really like controversial tweets or whatever,
Yeah.
how many people are liking and retweeting it? It's like 50,000 to 120,000 people.
Yeah.
It's not. That's not a lot of people. There's
It's really not.
7 million people. Not 7 million. What am I saying? There's 70 million people in the United States. Something like that.
Probably way more than
Yeah,
that.
I would feel like it would be more. I mean, I don't really know though.
I'd say close to the
on,
100
we're about to- we're
millions,
about to find out.
honestly.
Hey Siri.
Yes?
How many people are in the United States? Hold on. Fuck. Never mind. We're not even going to try that. But y'all keep talking. I'm about to look that up real quick.
I mean, it's the internet.
Yeah, it's really, social media is just such a, it's such a weird. I just don't get it.
Concept,
I don't
yeah.
get it because there's points where I like social media.
Holy shit.
Like I see things that I actually agree with.
That
and
number
then-
blew your mind, didn't it?
That was way off.
No, it wasn't.
By like 240 million.
Yeah.
No, that's how much I was off. There's 327.2 million. And that was in 2018, so there could be more.
Yeah.
There probably is.
You know, there's so
definitely
many
is.
there's so many non-registered people.
Think
in
about
the
oh yeah,
US.
that's just registered people. Think
Yeah.
about how many non-registered people there are.
Even people who are being born, like, you know, there's families just having their kids at home. No one knows that they had a kid. Somewhere out there. I don't know what the percentage would be, but somewhere
I'd
out
say
there.
it's really low, but yeah,
It's
there's
low.
probably like it probably happens.
It definitely happens. Out
Yeah.
of 320 million
Yeah.
people, it happens.
One thing that I don't like is how a lot of people complain about how the United States is trash. Dude, the United States is like way better than a lot of the country right or not the country, but the world right now.
Yeah.
There's in China there's internment camps.
Yeah, for Muslims.
Yeah. In the Middle East there's war like crazy. You can't even be a woman in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that, but there's
It's
Can't
just
be,
tough.
You definitely can't be gay in the Middle East. Can't be.
yeah.
Can't be trans. Can't be. That's one. It's such a touchy subject.
Just talk about it, bro.
America is very open to a lot of things, and that is one reason I think a lot of countries don't like us is because Middle East religion is very strict.
I mean, it all comes back to like having your freedoms.
Yeah.
In this country, you have your freedoms. In the other countries, you don't have the ability to do as much as you can here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not at all.
And that's one with the kneeling in the NFL. When people are mad about that, saying like, "Oh, you're disrespecting the soldiers," It's like, dude, the soldiers are over there fighting for these people's right to kneel. You know,
Yeah.
and soldiers are endorsing these dudes. It's like, if they want to kneel, let them kneel, because it's their right. You know.
Yeah.
And I think I come from a military family background, so I really respect the military. And so if you're in the military, I respect you. You do a job that needs to be done that a lot of people aren't built for. A lot of people aren't built for that, and I'm really proud of the people who are, and y'all all have like a special place in my heart, basically.
I definitely couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm not built for it.
Nah.
I love the people who are in the military because they protect us, and they do what they need to do.
Shout out to Oscar. Shout out to Elijah.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody from high school that went to join them.
Dude, hell yeah. Shout out everyone in high school that went to the military. Y'all are doing big things. You know, y'all are gonna get y'all's Camaros soon.
I like people who are in the military. I respect them for being able to take that risk. I have something against the propaganda of the military.
I don't like
I don't like the government.
JROTC high
yeah.
school bitches.
Hey.
Dude, I remember back in when
Hey, don't step on my shoes. I'll report you. You're gonna get suspended.
That was real.
I
Dude,
know.
I got
that's
suspended.
wait, I know people that got in trouble for did they have green uniforms at y'all's school?
No, they had like
They
light
like-
blue.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
these dark green uniforms at our school, and they called them burnt pickles for freshman year. And if you called them a burnt pickle, you got like 4 days ISS.
That's hilarious.
No, I hated how you like.
Don't touch my beret.
If they were like, they would be walking in a line down the hallway, and if you were in their way, they could push you out the way, and you couldn't do shit about it. Like,
Bro,
no
I
matter
don't give
what,
a fuck.
I would get so mad.
If
We're
I was-
swinging on
If
site.
I was getting
You
a
push
sip of
me.
water, if I was drinking some water and I get shoved out the fucking way by some fucking dude who's a 14 saying left, right, left, he's gonna catch the meanest John Bones Jones elbow. I'm gonna drop the fucking hammer on that dude. It's gonna be fucking World War VI in the middle of the fucking cafeteria.
Yeah, I mean that's
I'm skipping 4 world wars, going straight to 6.
What makes it even funnier is people would join like ROTC and shit just to get out of PE and shit like that.
Dude, PE. What the fuck do you even do in PE?
PE is fun as hell.
I remember when I was in PE, dude, in middle school, because that was the last time. Like, all we did was we did exercise in, like, before we would stretch. We had this one sub, he would come and go, 1, 2, 3, exercise. If you're from Rock Springs, you know that guy. But even when we would go into high school, and after we were done doing our workouts and everything, we'd sit with the PE people. They would just not do shit. They'd be sitting there, maybe shooting some hoops. I think the most I ever saw the PE people do was hop on the track and run a mile. That's it.
yeah.
Jesus.
If that's all you do,
Yeah.
and you're like, fuck that, I want to join ROTC so I don't have to do PE.
You're a lazy fuck.
I
Dude,
mean, if you think about it,
They're
when I
gonna
would
do
look
way
at them,
way more shit in ROTC.
Yeah,
You're
that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
stupid.
Like,
but they all looked lazy. They all, I mean, I hate to, but a lot of the people in ROTC just looked like
they
and
wouldn't.
They were lazy people. Like they didn't really.
The thing
Shit,
that
I
kind of
don't
gets
even
the fact that you said people would get out of PE or do ROTC to get out of PE kind of just makes me think, yo, like, are you fucking dumb?
Because Kaylin did that.
You know all kinds
I
of mud
remember
crawls
that.
you're
Yeah, I
gonna be
remember
doing?
that.
You're gonna be doing fucking circuits and shit on these wooden courses?
Yeah.
Would
Fuck
you
that.
Just run a mile once every fucking 4 months.
Like,
And play dodgeball.
And
Like
what's-
Yeah, and shoot hoops and sit on the fucking ground.
what's even funnier is like there's OTC in college. And
Oh, yeah.
So
That's different though. Those people really they
like
go
those
in there and
they're
they are
really
going to
in the
military.
army. Like
Yeah.
don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
I know
Like,
guys that are in ROTC and they have it fully copped school,
mhm.
but they
That's
have
just
to do
like
6 years after they graduate.
it's just different. Like JROTC to ROTC, I guess that's like a big change.
JROTC is for the people who are like, yo, I fuck with Call of Duty. I'm gonna be in the military.
Yeah.
You never seen that video? You're disrespecting a future U.S. Army U.S. Army Ranger.
I remember that video.
Oh man, dude, Vine used to be the shit.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Vine. Didn't they bring it back?
No, they
Like
were
Vine
going to. They
2?
were going to make Vine 2, but they never came out with
I
it.
heard of that. What happened with that?
I don't know. What happened to them shutting down the internet?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't remember that?
No.
You
No.
don't remember when the government was saying they were going to shut or not shut
Oh,
down the
yeah,
internet, but you were
the,
going to have to pay for it.
No, that
No,
was
that was people blowing bullshit out of proportion.
no, that was net neutrality. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
Net
net
neutrality
neutrality.
isn't a bad thing.
No,
it really
is.
isn't.
It is though. What it is
It's North Korea,
no,
too.
it's not.
Like,
Yeah, but no, it's so if I own Comcast, and that's who I have my internet through,
hmm
and DirecTV or whoever had a different kind of internet, and they owned some channels that I couldn't get on Comcast, or like some internet things I couldn't get, I wouldn't be able to get it because one, Comcast doesn't own it, or I'd have to pay a premium to get it, and that's why it's bullshit. We just pay for internet now normally. And the way I look at it is Hillary Clinton was for net neutrality, so that's how I know it was some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's and net neutrality
All that
is
propaganda.
I mean, how I would see it though is like
it's just like
there's so much shit nowadays to get over, like Comcast and stuff like that. Like you can honestly just buy
Yeah,
internet
but
and run off Hulu and Netflix.
you wanna know-
perfectly fine.
Comcast,
That's pretty much what I do.
Yeah.
Time Warner, and all that. They own like all kinds of shit. So what they're saying,
But weren't
net,
they saying
net
you would have to
neutrality
pay
is
for Twitter too?
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If you'll have to pay for all this shit, that is some
Yeah.
bullshit. I don't want to pay for fucking
You're,
Twitter.
you're not gonna
I pay
have to.
taxes
Net
already.
neutrality's been fucking induced for like over almost a year and a half now.
I don't
It
really
must be
know anything
very
about it.
minor. Yeah, I don't know anything.
I
about
think it
does-
was
must
just
be
people
very
blowing
minor.
shit out of proportion, honestly, because it
But-
happened. Nothing happened. Ajit Pai really told us all what was gonna fucking happen, and nobody kind of listened because
Ajit
they're just
Pai.
like, this dude's fucking weird. Fuck this guy. So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, fuck a Jeep pie.
when he made that fucking meme video on net neutrality, dude, that was the worst shit I'd ever seen in my life.
Dude, I watched that with Cody Co.
He
Not
had
with
that-
Cody Co. On Cody Co.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it with my friend Cody Co.
He had that fucking fat ass Reese's cup mug for no damn reason. As soon as he pulled that bitch out, I was like,
They're like, fuck this guy.
fucking.
What are we at right now? We're at 47 minutes. Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
good. What else is there? What else? It's really just been kind of a normal day, dude. My barber, I love Cardo.
I'll switch up.
I love Cardo.
Did you get the hair
dude.
chopped today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got chopped. So it was me and my brother. We get there at 8:30, bro. Maybe like 8:45. We get there before 9 o'clock easily. We don't leave till fucking 11:50, dude.
God damn.
Cause this motherfucker, I love Cardo, dude, but he won't fucking stay and cut your hair for more than fucking 6 minutes at a time, dude. He cuts your hair, then he has to go do something. Comes right back. I was sitting there, and all the other people in the shop are fucking flying through heads, and I'm sitting there for an hour.
You
and
gotta go serve.
Fucking, that's why he got arrested. Fucking, if you're at work, cut hair, bro.
Yeah, you're already making your money.
Yeah, the thing is he might be serving to make up for money that he's not making at cutting hair.
Yeah, because you never really know what what else he's got going
but
on.
if he was,
Yeah.
but if he just sat and cut my hair, he could fly through fucking heads.
Yeah.
See, we got there at like 8:30. My friend Corey had an appointment at noon. All right, and probably before then, because he got there. He was sitting there with us for like 30 minutes, you know, while he was cutting my brother's hair. My brother fell asleep. He's sober, completely sober, doesn't do shit. He fell asleep while getting his hair cut.
Damn.
And I'm just sitting there and thinking, how could you take this long? Because in an hour, he walked away from my head probably like 10 times. And if he just stays and cuts my hair for an hour, he'll be able to get through 3 heads and then still have time to pick up people who are walking in, you know? He'll be able to
Yeah.
get walk-ins in between his shit
Yeah.
if he just cut my hair fast. Like, cause and the thing is, I feel bad for complaining because after it's all said and done, I look in the mirror. I'm
And
like,
you got your fucking haircut,
I'm
so
like,
I mean.
I'm like, fuck, he blessed me.
Yeah.
But I know it doesn't take an hour and a half to cut my hair. I started getting my hair cut before 9, and by the time I was done, it was 10:30.
Honestly, because Victor, when I got my fucking haircut with Vic, dude,
Nick
he
is
fucking.
a crackhead. You can't even bring Vic into the same conversation. Vic is a crackhead.
I'm comparing him on like the hair cutting level. Like that man did a good job.
Vic
like he
can
can cut fucking hair,
Yeah,
and he did that shit quick as hell.
But
he sometimes it really depends on the day. Like if
he'll do it quick if he's cut you before. If that's his first time cutting you, he's like, he'll just fucking take forever. I fell asleep last time he cut my hair. I was like, damn, Vic.
You were in there for a while.
Dude, I was pissed because I was trying to hang out with y'all.
Yeah.
And then I fucking go get my hair cut.
Oh, that was the same day that we had to wait for him.
Oh my God. We're going to talk about this. So this is the one time I was getting my hair cut when my barber was like away. I was pissed. I hit up Vic, which is Caleb's roommate, for the people who don't know. And he's really not his roommate. He's like, how old is Vic? Like 50?
He's just like a housemate, I'd say.
Yeah,
he's
housemate.
His dad's
He lives with his dad and Caleb. And I basically had an appointment with him at 4, and he shows up 30 minutes early. He said,
and bragged about it.
Yeah, he said, I'm gonna be there at 4. We'll get the haircut and everything. I was like, all right, bet I can chill here with him. He shows up at 3:30. I'm like, bet. I'm about to get my fucking haircut. He's like, all right, I'm about to go in the other room. Come back, chop your hair. He goes in the room. And he's fucking gone. Like 15 minutes pass. I'm like, yo, where the fuck is this man Vic? And I walk around the house. I'm like, Vic, Vic. Just looking for him.
And nowhere to be seen.
This fucking crackhead is gone. He's not in his dad's room. He's not in his room. He's not in the living room. I'm like, yo, do y'all know where Vic went? And Caleb's like, no. I was like, well, this dude just left right before he's about to cut my hair. So we go drive around the neighborhood because we called Caleb's dad to ask where he's at. He's like, oh, he went for a walk. And we're like, what the fuck? Who just goes for a walk?
He fucking snuck out the bedroom window and just dipped on your ass.
Nah, this man came home, got fucked up, and then just went for a walk.
Well, he said that he had to go in.
He said he had to talk to someone.
Yeah, but when we drove around the neighborhood, he was nowhere to be seen.
And then he came back 30 minutes after 4 o'clock
because we were gonna go play.
He showed up early and then fucking leaves.
Let me put it to you this way: we were waiting so long on this man to cut my hair that a football that I stole out of like a yard like 6 months before, we looked for that. And then we found it, and we started throwing the football around for like 20 minutes. No, it was. We finally decided to do something because we were like, "It's nice out, fuck it." And the minute we were about to start throwing the football,
you just see him walking around the corner.
No, we see him walking in the yard. This dude came out of nowhere. We just walked in the house, fucking 15 seconds before then, and then we walk out, and this man Vic is walking up. I'm like, where the fuck did this dude come from? He's like, hey, man, you ready to get your hair cut? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to throw the football around for a second. And then I finally get in the chair, and I'm fucking passing out because he's taking an hour and a half. Does it take that? I know it doesn't take that long to cut hair because I saw the dude who was like to the left of us. He cut 2 people in like the same amount of time it took him to cut my hair, and they look just as good. They look diced up. So I think my barber just has slow ass fingers. He just was always serving, I guess.
Yeah. I
love Cardo though.
He's funny as hell.
If I live in Tennessee when I have kids, he's gonna cut my kids' hair, bro. That's on everything.
Yeah, I don't know where I want to live.
I know, right?
It's like there's so much out there. I definitely don't want to stay in Tennessee, but I don't know.
I don't know because
I would go somewhere where it's gonna cost you a fucking arm and a leg to live, but it'd still be nice.
I want to go to Texas. Yeah. I think Texas would be a good place to move.
Should be hot.
I considered going there, not to live there forever, but just to be there for a little bit.
Like Austin?
Yeah, because my mom was gonna move there, but plans got changed.
I'd go to the Carolinas or Georgia.
Yeah, North Carolina is beautiful. Yeah. I've been out there before.
I swear, I'd fucking go to North Carolina all the time because we're right on the line, like the school is. Yeah. And so we just drive to Boone, or we'll drive to like Lenoir or whatever it's called. It's nice as hell.
I want to live kind of in the mountains somewhere, dude.
Yeah, I want to live in Japan in the mountains.
Go to the Iraqi mountains.
Mount Fuji. Yeah, I want to live in the Iraqi mountains.
Iraqi mountains.
I want to live in Afghanistan in the mountains.
Jesus Christ.
Nepal.
Yeah.
Just live on top of the fucking Egyptian pyramids.
No, just Afghanistan.
Be like fucking Shia LaBeouf and Transformers. Just sit on top of the pyramid and stare at the stars.
I'm gonna have a nice plot of land, about 40 acres, nothing but goats.
Jesus Christ.
All you're gonna hear all day, every day.
Bah.
Yeah, bah.
They don't have any room to move. That's how many goats you have.
Yeah,
they just don't have room.
They're just gonna sit there.
My great uncle lives in San Francisco, and he has cows imported from
Japan,
from Ireland, I think.
Ireland?
Yeah, and they look different too. They're pretty cool. Like, I don't know what the difference is.
Are they Wagyu beef?
I don't know what the difference is. But he slick does. I don't know why he even has them. I don't know if he cooks them.
Dude, there's some cows in Japan. I think it's Kobe beef, or it's either Kobe beef or like Wagyu beef. Like I said, it's fucking like $100 an ounce or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, the steaks are like hella lean and everything, but these cows are bred to be eaten. It's like everything they do from their diet to their exercise is for them to be eaten.
See, the Japanese people don't give a fuck about that. Like, you come to America and tell somebody you're doing that, you're gonna get fucking SJWs out the fucking asshole up you. You're gonna get all that stuff just like pounded on you. Like, you don't care about animals' rights. Like, I mean, I know the entire fucking population of America doesn't want to fucking go vegan. So,
yeah.
Like, you gotta kind of get over it at some point.
Dude,
protein's important.
I was listening to a Joe Rogan podcast the other day, and they were talking about how hunting and everything. You know how people go out to Africa to hunt and everything?
Yeah, like trophy hunting.
Yeah. You know how much they pay to do that?
A fuck ton of money.
Where do you think that money goes?
A lot of it, actually. I remember I listened to that one. Didn't he say it goes to?
It goes back to the wildlife.
Yeah.
It goes to the reserves and everything.
Because a lot of the ones that they hunt are like actually either sick or old and senile and killing. Like, there was one that was an elephant that was killing other elephants, and they got rid of it. Like, they went out to kill it. It was a trophy hunt, and they went out to kill it so that they could keep the elephant population up.
A lot of the things about hunting, even in the United States, is a lot of it is it's good for animals. Because sometimes the government will be like, all right, we need to take care of this population of animal because they're destroying an ecosystem. And then you have people go and hunt them.
Yeah, they do regulate it whenever they notice things are getting really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then when everything a hunter does, if it's not illegal hunting and not poaching, if it's legal hunting, they have to pay for everything that they kill. So if they kill a deer, they have to have a tag for the deer.
Yeah.
All that money goes back into wildlife preservation and everything. That's why when I see on Twitter, ever since I've listened to that, and I see a bunch of people hating on people going to Africa and hunting, it's sad to see these animals die.
I mean, not all of it is good.
I mean, not all of it is good.
Yeah.
Like, poaching is illegal, yes.
Yeah.
But, like you said, the elephant that's killing other elephants, someone gets to come out there, they pay $100,000 to kill that elephant, and even if you took 30% of that money, that's $30,000 going to wildlife preservation. Because it's not cheap to go to Africa and hunt
It's
like
not
a
fucking
lion.
cheap to go to Africa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The people have money and they have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So when I see all these people saying they need to quit doing this, all that's doing, I feel like social media is pushing that. Because
pushing social norms.
No, I feel like this is kind of my mini conspiracy theory.
Kind of pushing social norms a little bit.
Social media is pushing that so they can just say fuck animals, basically.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like pushing.
Oh, so you're saying
with like the
I
wildlife preservation. It's because
yeah.
hunting goes to wildlife preservation. Because if you pay for a tag, you pay basically a state, and it goes to parks and everything too. And if social media is just pushing the fuck out of like fuck hunting, dude, we need to end this shit. I think it could be a little conspiracy theory. The government is trying to say, yo, fuck nature. Think about it. Donald Trump.
I see where you're coming from.
Global warming shit.
See, that's why I'm saying, like, the government right now, is probably really corrupt.
Dude,
always
the government has been corrupt since the dawn of fucking time.
Since the Revolutionary War, the American government has
Haven't
been
you played
corrupt.
Assassin's Creed 3?
Yeah.
The Templars are real.
Fuck that.
They probably fucking are, dude.
It's the
It's
Illuminati.
the fucking Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how Assassin's Creed likes to dig with that shit? The whole fucking Assassin's Creed 2 Doomsday Prophecy at the end of the game.
Yeah.
That shit used to
yeah.
scare the hell out of me when I was a little ass
Like
kid,
the
dude.
world will end.
I was panicking for weeks.
Miles.
Because he was like, "Who is Desmond?" I was like,
No,
"Oh
it's
my
Desmond.
god,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going?" Because my
is-
little like 10-year-old ass didn't know what the hell was going on.
Who is
Yeah.
Desmond?
Especially when you're that young, anything's believable.
Mhm.
2012 was like, that was a fear for my life.
Dude, my friends made it so much worse on me because we were playing fucking Xbox, and they all turned their Xboxes off at the exact same fucking time, and my ass is just sitting in my chair playing Skyrim, just like panicking.
It's like, fuck.
I'm like, "Fuck you guys." That shit was fucking terrifying. I thought I was
get
gonna
on
die.
like 4 hours later. You got on the next day. You said they got on like 32 minutes later. You're like, fuck those guys.
What made it worse is my connection cut out for the rest of the night. So I never saw when they got back on. I was just sitting there like, I'm really about to fucking die.
Dude.
Damn, I'm gonna die playing
Yeah.
Skyrim. Fuck them.
Yo, that would have been a way to go out though.
Hell yeah, that was when the fucking game first came out, and I was
2011.
introduced to that
Fuck
shit.
Yeah.
That shit was amazing.
Oh my god.
I didn't even play Skyrim until like it became available on the Xbox One.
Oh, you missed.
Yeah.
Not really, because since he got it on the Xbox One, he has all the DLC and everything.
Well, yeah,
True,
but I
yeah.
mean, vanilla Skyrim was crazy.
I feel like I would have enjoyed it more if I played it back when it first came out.
Vanilla
'cause I still
Skyrim
never
was
finished it.
so fucking buggy, and it was so funny.
The first
Yeah.
that you talk about how like games you remember playing and everything the first time, Skyrim is definitely one of
the
those
best.
games that I just remember and I'll always remember playing the first
Yeah.
time. Just because it's, I remember before then I really just played Call of Duty and stuff.
Yeah.
That was kind of just my shit. And Call of Duty and sports games, and that's the game that kind of just like busted my cherry on everything else.
Star Wars games.
Yeah, I played Star Wars games,
were my
but
shit.
Yeah, like Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy,
It's
the
all-
Old Republic, all
it's
that
all
shit.
fighters though, you know, or shooters. I wanted to experience something else, and
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna be a fucking cat. I was
Fucking-
I was a fucking cat, bro.
And now that game is just a walking meme. Like,
I love Skyrim.
fucking, you're finally awake. Fucking, I see that shit everywhere. That shit's so funny.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
And it took
Then
an
it took
arrow
an
to the knee. I never knew what that meant until somebody fucking, like, said that shit in a YouTube video. And I was like,
I never knew what that meant until I played Skyrim like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
2 years
I always
ago?
heard it, and I just thought it was like, oh, okay, that's kind of
Dumbass
funny.
meme.
Yeah.
because, like, when you got that game on the 360 and you saw how good it looked on the 360,
At that time, dude.
it was like, holy shit.
Dude, 12-year-old me was busting fat ones. I was like,
Yeah.
yo,
This is
I'm
crazy.
riding a fucking dragon, dude.
That's like the thing. Like even games now, like the graphics are great compared to what we think graphics, like what great graphics look like.
Dude,
but just think about what it'll look like in 10 more years.
Our
Did you
family
see-
thought Tecmo Bowl looked fucking good.
Dude, Tecmo Bowl was the shit. Tecmo Bowl was the shit. I had a demo of Tecmo Bowl on
Bet
Madden
you-
2005.
But I bet you my dad was playing Tecmo Bowl thinking, yo, this motherfucker Bo Jackson looks realistic as fuck. Dude, you see him just run 30 yards?
It's like 16 pixel Bo Jackson just
He's like-
fucking taking off.
He's fucking, dude, Bo Jackson's got the wheels right now. Looks just like Bo Jackson running on the TV.
Look like Steve from Minecraft.
That's really how it is
God.
now. Fucking, and then
Hero
they had
Brian.
that new mod for Minecraft that makes that shit look realistic as fuck.
I saw one mod for oh my god, I'm so bad with names. What's that?
What is it?
It's a GTA game. San Andreas.
Oh,
I saw one.
like the remastered mod.
Yeah, and they made it look great.
They made CJ look fucking terrible though. His
Yeah, he
arms
does
came
look
down.
terrible.
He was
Oh,
looking like fucking
shit.
Kevin Durant with a wife beater on.
Here we go again. Those memes were funny as fuck for a minute.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of this podcast, like even like the last couple episodes, have been like talking about Xbox and stuff. This because it's really like I guess what I know a lot.
Talk about
play
talk
video
about
games
shit you
too
know.
much.
Honestly, throw a little shit in there every now and then to
I need to start.
get your brain working.
I need to start doing some research and shit, just so I can talk about more interesting things. Because I know not everyone wants to hear about fucking video games and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
But we didn't just talk about Xbox and shit this whole
Better
time. We
than
talked
talk about
a
like
lot.
controversial shit. I mean, I guess you would have to find
Oh.
like popular shit to talk about.
I forgot to do this when Jerem walked through the door.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fuck, marry, kill. Your turn, Preston.
Fuck,
You
marry,
think of-
kill
you
who?
think of- I don't know.
Oh,
Preston, come up with it.
I gotta come up with it. All right.
Try to
Hold
hook
on.
me up, P-Dubs.
I'm trying to think.
It's got to be bad too. Like how I did you.
All right, Betty White,
Oof.
Ryan Reynolds, and Thanos.
Damn. All right, so right off the bat, we're gonna have to kill Thanos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanos.
yeah.
You know, can't bring on no spoilers. Good movie. Y'all go watch that shit for real. Fucking, I guess I'll fuck Betty White, that old ass bastard,
Yeah,
and
fuck
then
yeah.
marry Ryan Reynolds because you know he's gonna hold it down.
Hey, you wanna know
Yeah,
what's funny?
yeah,
Is
I'll
that was
probably agree
that
with
was my
that one.
same fucking that was my same shit.
Yeah, I'd probably have to agree with that one.
Except for
I
maybe I might have married Thanos from the first movie because
Just so he
just
can't
had-
fucking
then you
destroy you. And
he just had a dope ass like plot of land, and I
Oh,
just
but
like
then-
would have loved to land.
Then
He
what,
just
what if he
controls the
pushed you
universe.
off the edge?
oh fuck.
Well, he would have pushed his daughter off first.
So you're gonna marry him after he already has the garden.
Yeah,
All right.
and just I'll be in the garden and just chilling. Like, yo, keep the Infinity Stones. Don't break them, because now they won't find us.
Hey, spoiler alert: Lightning McQueen dies at the end of Endgame.
Spoiler alert. Ghost dies at the end of Modern Warfare 2.
Bruh, did y'all see? This is hella off topic, but did y'all see the fucking trailer for Ghost Recon Breakpoint?
Yo,
Yes.
Dude, that shit, I
Yes.
thought it was a fucking movie, bruh. I was sitting there watching that thing like, god damn.
I kind of want to get it.
Dude, I'm gonna
I'm
get it. I got a ghost.
I'm a ghost.
You see the
Specially trained warfighter.
Dude, this shit was so cool.
No, I'm gonna get it probably.
Because Wildlands
Yeah.
was so good.
I still haven't beat it, but it's
Really?
like it's just
Yeah.
like so long.
They just added like some new shit to it.
From
Like
I think I
Operation
actually did hear
Oracle
about
or
it. Yeah, I
something
heard
like that.
about
It's cool
Operation
as hell.
Oracle.
Got the dude from Punisher in that bitch.
Did you see
Yeah, he's in the new one.
The new
too.
one, yeah.
Did you see the trailer for It Chapter 2?
too. I'd expect nothing less.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah, did you guys see the trailer for It Chapter 2?
Yeah, that shit looks good.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm
this
so
time when we
excited.
go, y'all aren't gonna beat the fuck out of me while I sit there high as hell.
Dude.
Because y'all
fucking-
kept tapping the hell out of me like, wake up, germ. I was like, bro.
yeah.
Dude, I can't wait to see fucking It Chapter 2.
It's gonna be good. It looked good.
The first one, thing I liked about the first one is so
It's more of a thriller
just-
than a horror
It was
movie.
different. It
just
was
to
real
pre-
different.
just to preface, I'm a pussy when it comes to horror movies. I was scared the whole time I watched it. The first one, I was like, "Yo, I'm fucking scared." Like I
He ran up on the kid in the basement.
Yeah, that shit fucked me
Yeah,
up.
that was the only part that I really jumped at. I was like, oh shit.
I jumped at almost every single time I was supposed to jump in the anytime they meant for someone to jump in the movie, I was fucking jumping, dude. The one that really got me was after she killed her dad. He's like standing
yeah.
over her.
Yeah.
That one scared the fuck out of me. It's one of those things where like your heart jumps real hard and like your whole body gets
You're like,
cold.
"Whew."
I'm like, fuck.
That was they got me.
Yeah.
But the thing I like about it is that not only was it scary, it was just a good movie.
Yeah. It was a great and horror movies nowadays are just
They're never like that.
Yeah,
It's
really hard
just
to get
gore.
a good horror
It's all
movie.
hype.
It's just gore.
Yeah.
Even the new Halloween was. I heard it wasn't that
Sucked.
good.
Dude, the new
I mean, it
Halloween was
didn't- it
fucking
didn't-
terrible.
It didn't suck.
No,
I
it sucked. Don't even sugarcoat it.
Okay, well, from what I heard about it, I expected worse when I
Yeah.
watched it.
Mm.
So when I watched it, I was like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be.
But nothing will ever compare to the greatest movie ever, Dread.
Are you talking about the one with Sylvester Stallone, or are you
No.
talking about the
Talking about
2013 one?
Judge Dredd, your
Judge
favorite
Dredd.
movie of
Yeah.
all time.
This shit's so fucking funny, dude.
Oh my god, that movie was.
Dude, what's your
something
favorite
else.
movie?
What's the sentencing, rookie?
Ah, that's a tough one.
3 weeks ISO cubes.
Sentence is death.
Shooting at a judge. Death. That shit cracked me up.
What's your favorite movie?
That's really difficult. My favorite movie concept.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah. My favorite movie is probably. My God, it's so difficult because I love movies.
Germ,
Probably Blade Runner.
Blade Runner?
Yeah, Blade Runner.
That's understandable. Preston does love Blade Runner.
I fuck with that. I fucked with
I don't know.
2049.
I don't know if I like the first one or the second one more. Probably the first one, but just because of the scenery, it was great.
2049 is the one I remember the most because when me and you tried to watch it, I kept passing the fuck out.
Yeah.
Not because it was bad, because I was fucking brain dead.
Yeah, I was in mine.
Yeah, I was toked. But I liked the first one, the parts that I remember watching, but the second one was really good too. I feel like if I went back and watched the first one, I'd understand 2049 more. But I felt like I understood it pretty well.
Yeah.
It was a really good movie, 2049 was. But
yeah, they did a good job. Usually when they do a movie like that, when they try to bring something back after a long time, it's not done very well, but they did a pretty good job with it.
My favorite movie is definitely Interstellar.
That's up there.
That
That's
shit was
definitely
good.
up there.
Yeah, that shit was good.
Just because I remember it was cool to me in I think it's physical science class, my junior year. My teacher was explaining to me how like everything is like scientifically accurate.
That's
like,
how the world's gonna end. That's how it's gonna happen.
In space, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
The world's gonna get too hot. This winter sucked.
It'd probably get fucking too hot.
This winter was,
This winter probably did suck for y'all, but where I was at, dude, it was cold as shit too. Fucking.
Yeah,
often.
you were like higher.
I was in the mountains. It's like
yeah.
20 and 10 degrees every day.
Dude, it was not cold. Fucking
Snowing all the fucking
It
time.
got to like
40 degrees, like
yeah.
maybe twice.
See, but I was a mountain man all winter, so I mean, it's understandable.
I was a mountain man.
Dude, I was.
We were
lumberjack.
We were driving moonshine. Man, we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. Is there anything else y'all kind of want to talk about before we wrap this thing up here in a minute? I mean, we don't have to wrap it up like right this second, but I'm just saying.
There's not any specific topics I can think of. We kind of just been going off the ball for a while.
That's kind of how I like doing this. I like this being like conversation. Yo, I really need a name. In the last one, I went with No Name Podcast because I really fucked with that. And I was starting to really build everything around that. I was thinking like my channel name and everything. And then right before I was about to make everything, I looked it up. And there's already like 3 podcasts named the No Name Podcast.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Well, I mean, shit. I guess whatever you find a primary basis as to what you're gonna talk about and stuff.
I don't want to name it like Xbox Podcast.
Conversations with
You don't
Casey.
have to name it all.
I mean, that's just too.
Yeah.
It's too basic.
I want something like I
Out
don't
there.
know. Not really even out there. Just something that kind of rolls off the tongue good.
Lanes, trains, and podcasts.
Yo, I fuck with that.
This low key, yeah.
Why do I fuck with
Instead
that?
of trains, just put something else there.
Lanes, games, and podcasts.
I mean, if you do if
That would be
you,
a pretty
you
good
could
idea.
slick if you did that, and then you did like, you know,
Like a play off their.
You
no,
could do
just
like podcasting and like gaming.
That's
or
what
Yeah,
I want to
gaming,
do.
yeah.
I want to make a YouTube channel for gaming.
Lanes,
Do it.
games, and podcasts.
Because you are a good video game player. So I mean,
Yeah.
Gang.
I thought about it too.
Dude,
Yeah.
fuck.
Especially for
That's
like
it.
shit like Apex popping right now.
Dude,
So I mean, and you're good at Apex, so run that shit.
As long as we can have a team, full team.
fuck you.
See, this is what happens. See, I
I'll-
switch
I'll
over
go
to
solo.
PS4, and then Apex, I finally fall in love with it, and then can't play because I don't have fucking friends on PS4.
I think they're about to. I think they're about to make it cross-platform.
I hope.
I've been hearing they've been talking about that for a long time.
Keep PC out of it.
Yeah, that'd be unfair.
It's
That'd be
really unfair. It's really unfair with Fortnite as is.
Lanes, games, and podcasts.
Yeah, like a little joint channel. Like do a podcast every certain days.
I was
And then you can
talking
have the
about it in the
playlist
last
set
one.
up.
Y'all haven't heard it, but people who are listening to it, they're gonna be like. But we talked about it last time. I was thinking about doing like every Tuesday and Thursday, uploading something.
Uploading a game, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday you could do podcasting.
Nah, that's the
I
thing.
mean,
is,
that would be
that's a lot.
dedication right there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is dedication.
I think
Yeah.
I was talking about like Tuesday and Thursday, uploading a video Tuesday and maybe a video Thursday. I could do.
Podcast one day, game one day.
I'm thinking just mostly podcasts. Like is
Yeah.
what I'd
Yeah.
post, and then
Yeah.
if I made a game video or something, I would throw it in like as a double upload or something.
You could be a fucking game reviewer. Just play a whole bunch of fucking indie games and review them on the podcast.
Dude.
Castle Miner Z.
Fuck no.
I would
Fuck
love
with
to.
that.
That game was tough as hell. Don't get me wrong, but I used to get so mad trying to like.
Did you
get
ever run
far.
out to the aliens?
Yes, bro.
Yeah, that took for. It was like a long run to
Long,
get out there. You'd have to hide in a fucking mountain.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm really thinking about. I think I'm about to name this Lane's Games and Podcast.
Do it.
You owe him $50.
Fuck you. Hey, do you think you could make no, what the fuck am I trying to say?
A logo.
Yeah, a logo. Fuck,
Yeah, I
thank
could.
you. Now I owe you $60.
I could.
Like based off the Lane's
Yeah.
Trains and Automobiles logo.
Yeah, I could. Easily.
Dude. All right. Well, guys, we got the name, so fuck the rest of the podcast for today. No, I'm playing. I had a really good time. Thank you for the new guests, Preston and Jeremy Sperm.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say, Preston?
You're all pussies.
All right.
You all smell like piss.
Well, thank you for talking shit to the viewers.
Hey, it's all out of love.
All 8 of them.
Hey,
Guys,
it's a process.
you already know who it is. It's Lane. Casey, maybe. I don't know. Call me whatever the fuck you want. Thank you again for listening to the Lane's Games and Podcast. Fuck, I don't know how we're going to do that, but thank you guys for listening. All right. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Peace.